You think other people's opinions matter? Let me tell you something. You're a slave, not metaphorically, actually. You're chained to every idiot with a mouth, every fool with a Twitter account, every relative who just wants what's best for you. And here's the beautiful part. You put the chains on yourself. Look, you wake up every morning, and what's the first thing you do? Check your phone. See who liked what. Read the comments. Feel that little sting when someone disagrees. That tiny dopamine hit when they approve. You're not living your life. You're performing it for an audience of people who, listen to this carefully, don't actually exist in any meaningful way in your reality. But Epictetus, you say, I need to care what my boss thinks, my spouse, my mother. No, you don't. You need to care about what they do, whether they sign your paycheck, whether they're faithful, whether they're kind, but their opinions, their judgments about who you are, those are just noise, expensive noise that you're paying for with your freedom. Here's what nobody tells you. Every time you adjust yourself to meet someone else's expectations, you're announcing to the universe that you don't exist. You're saying, I'm not a person, I'm a mirror. I'm not a soul, I'm a performance. And the joke, the cosmic joke of it all, is that while you're twisting yourself into knots to please these people, they're not even watching. They're too busy twisting themselves into knots for their own audience. It's a circus where everyone's performing and no one's in the seats. So you want to be free? Really free? Not Instagram, quote free, not self-help book free, but Prometheus unbound, walking out of your own prison free. Stop caring what they think. But that's selfish. Good. Be selfish with your attention. It's the only currency you actually have. You're going to die sooner than you think, and at no point on your deathbed will you say, I wish I'd worried more about that person's opinion of my choices. Epictetus knew this, a slave who became the freest man in Rome. You know what he said? Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Now apply that to opinions. Wealth consists not in having everyone's approval, but in needing no one's. You walk into a room, 20 people. You can feel it, can't you? That scanning, who's important? Who should I impress? Who's judging me? Your whole nervous system fires up like a pinball machine, heart rate up, palms sweating. Why? Because somewhere in your monkey brain, you still think the tribe can cast you out and you'll die alone in the wilderness. Newsflash, there is no tribe, there's no wilderness. There's just you, standing in a room, giving your power away to phantoms. Watch what happens when you stop caring. I mean, really stop. Not pretend to stop while secretly caring even more. Actually stop. People lose their minds. They can't handle it. Because your indifference to their opinion breaks the unspoken contract, the one that says we all have to care about each other's judgments, you become dangerous, unpredictable, free. He's so arrogant, they'll say. She thinks she's better than us. Let them. Their opinions are like weather in a country you don't live in. Interesting maybe, but fundamentally irrelevant to your life. You know what you can control? Your thoughts, your actions, your responses. That's it. That's the entire list. Epictetus hammered this home. Some things are within our power, and some things are beyond our power. Other people's opinions? Beyond your power? Your reaction to those opinions? Completely within it. But you're addicted to control, aren't you? You think if you're nice enough, smart enough, attractive enough, successful enough, you can make them approve. You can make them see. You can make them understand. You're playing a game you can never win with rules that change every time you figure them out. Here's a fun exercise. Next time someone criticizes you, really lays into you, say, you might be right. Not sarcastically, genuinely. Watch their face. They're expecting defense, justification, counterattack. When you give them nothing to push against, they fall forward into their own emptiness. Their criticism needs your resistance to exist. Without it, it's just noise. But you can't do it, can you? Because you need to be right. You need to be understood. You need to be seen as good, smart, worthy. These needs are chains, and as long as you have them, you're enslaved. The ancient philosopher said, "It's not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about those things." Someone calls you a fool. That's just sound waves, vibrations in the air. You decide it's an insult. You decide it matters. You decide to be disturbed. Every upset is a choice. Every offense taken is an offense you reached out and grabbed with both hands. But what about constructive criticism, you ask? What about feedback? Fine, take the information. If someone says your presentation was unclear, that's data. Use it or don't. But the moment you start caring about their approval, the moment you need them to think you're competent, you've given them your remote control. They're changing your channels. You want to know the most powerful person in any room? It's the one who genuinely doesn't need anything from anyone else in that room. Not approval, not validation, not understanding, nothing. They're complete. And that completeness is terrifying to everyone who's still performing. I'll tell you a secret about criticism. People only criticize in others what they can't accept in themselves. That judgment coming at you, that's their shadow talking, their unfinished business, their self-hatred dressed up as concern for you. You're just a convenient screen for their projections. So when someone says, "You're too sensitive," what they mean is, "I'm uncomfortable with emotions." When they say, "You're too ambitious," they mean, "I'm afraid to try." When they say, "You're selfish," they mean, "I don't know how to set boundaries." Once you see this, you can't unsee it. Every criticism becomes a confession. Every judgment becomes a mirror. And you realize these people aren't even talking to you. They're talking to themselves, using your face as a backdrop. Epictetus dropped this truth bomb. If someone speaks badly of you, do not defend yourself against the accusations, but reply, "You obviously don't know about my other faults. Otherwise, you would have mentioned them too." You feel that? That's what freedom tastes like. Not needing to defend, not needing to justify, not needing to be seen accurately, just a cosmic shrug at the whole ridiculous game. But here's where it gets interesting. When you stop caring about their opinions, something shifts. Paradoxically, people start respecting you more. Not all people. The manipulators and energy vampires will hate you. But the real ones? They're drawn to your authenticity like moths to flame. Because everyone's pretending, and here you are, just being. You're worried about disappointing people? Let me tell you who you're really disappointing: yourself. Every time you bite your tongue to keep peace. Every time you say yes when you mean no. Every time you dim your light so others won't feel dark. That's the real betrayal. I can't just ignore everyone, you say. I have to live in society. Who said anything about ignoring everyone? I'm talking about ignoring their opinions. There's a difference. You can love people deeply and still not give a damn what they think about your choices. In fact, that's the only way to really love them. Without agenda, without need, without the desperate hunger for their approval. When you need someone's approval, you can't actually see them. You see only what you need them to be. Your validator, your mirror, your permission slip. But when you don't need anything from them, that's when you can finally see who they really are and love them anyway. Or not. Your choice. Here's what Epictetus understood that we've forgotten. No one can hurt you without your permission. Not, no one will try to hurt you. Not, no one will say hurtful things. But hurt, actual hurt, requires your participation. You have to sign off on the damage. Someone insults you? That's their action. You feel insulted? That's your choice. They're offering you poison. You're deciding to drink it. But it's not that simple. Isn't it? You're at a restaurant. Waiter brings you something you didn't order. Do you eat it anyway? Do you get emotionally devastated? No. You say, I didn't order this, and send it back. Someone's opinion is a dish you didn't order. Send it back. Don't eat it just because it's on your table. The real joke? Most opinions aren't even about you. That person who thinks you're making a mistake with your career, they're projecting their own fear of risk. The relative who says you'll never find someone with those standards, they're justifying their own settling. The friend who says you've changed, they're mourning their own stagnation. You're a walking Rorschach test. People see in you whatever they need to see to make sense of their own lives. Your job isn't to correct their vision. Your job is to live your truth so brightly that those who can see it are drawn to your light, and those who can't will complain about the glare. Let them wear sunglasses. What will people think is the wrong question. The right question is, what do I know to be true? Not believe, not hope. Know in your bones, in that place below words where truth lives. Because here's what happens when you live from that place. You become unmanageable, uncontrollable, unfuckwithable. You can't be bought because approval isn't your currency. You can't be threatened because rejection isn't your fear. You can't be manipulated because you're not trying to manipulate anyone else. Epictetus taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid with regard to external things. You hear that? Be content to be thought foolish, not just tolerate it. Be content with it. Because their definition of wisdom might be your definition of slavery. They think you're foolish for quitting the stable job? Good. They think you're stupid for not settling down? Excellent. They think you're crazy for following that dream? Perfect. Their disapproval is your compass pointing true north. But you're scared. I get it. You're scared of being alone, cast out, unloved. So you perform. You please. You pretend. And what do you get? Surrounded by people who love your performance, not you. Conditional acceptance that vanishes the moment you stop dancing. Relationships built on mutual manipulation instead of truth. You want to know what's scarier than being rejected for who you are? Being accepted for who you're not. Because now you're trapped. Now you have to keep performing. Forever. Or until you break. The people who truly matter, they'll love you more when you stop caring what they think, because now they're getting the real you, not the focus grouped version. And the ones who don't? They never loved you anyway. They loved their idea of you, their projection, their convenient fiction. Don't seek for things to happen as you wish, Epictetus said, but wish them to happen as they do happen, and your life will go well. Apply that to opinions. Don't seek for people to think of you as you wish. Let them think what they think, and your life will go well. Because their thoughts are their business. Your life is yours. You know what's exhausting? Managing everyone's perception of you. It's a full-time job with no pay, no benefits, and no retirement plan. You're the CEO of a company that produces nothing but anxiety. Fire yourself. Today. This moment. Hand in your resignation as manager of other people's opinions. Let the whole operation collapse. Watch the stock price of your self-worth plummet to zero. And then realize, oh wait, that was never your real value anyway. Your real value? It's in what you create, what you contribute, how you show up when no one's watching, the kindness you offer without Instagram documentation, the work you do without applause, the person you are in the dark. But you can't find that person while you're performing in the spotlight of other people's judgments. You have to turn the lights off, step off the stage, stop the show. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, Epictetus wrote, Do not make excuses about what is said of you, but answer, "He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would not have mentioned these alone." You see the power in that? You're not denying. You're not defending. You're saying, "Yeah, and there's more where that came from." You're so comfortable with your imperfection that criticism becomes comedy. Because perfection is prison. The need to be seen as perfect, good, and right. That's what makes you controllable. But when you embrace your flaws, own your mistakes, admit your ignorance, you become dangerous to every system that depends on your shame. They need you to care. The entire machinery of society runs on your need for approval. Advertising, social media, politics, religion. It all falls apart if you stop caring what people think. You become ungovernable, unmarketable, free, so they'll fight to keep you caring. They'll call you selfish, cold, antisocial. They'll invoke duty, tradition, family values. They'll use guilt like a cattle prod. They'll weaponize love. If you really cared about me, you'd care what I think. No, if they really cared about you, they'd want you to be free. Here's the thing about opinions. Everyone's got them, and most of them are trash, including yours, including mine. Opinions are like thoughts. They come and go, change with the weather, contradict themselves before lunch. Building your life on opinions is like building a house on quicksand. Build on what's solid, what's real, what's yours. Your direct experience, your hard-won wisdom, your actual truth, not the truth you think you're supposed to have. Epictetus knew, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Let me translate that for the approval addicts. Freedom consists not in having everyone's good opinion, but in needing no one's opinion at all. You want to practice? Here's one. Next time you're about to post something on social media, ask yourself, would I still post this if no one could see it? If there were no likes, no comments, no validation? If the answer is no, don't post it. You just caught yourself performing. Or try this. When someone asks your opinion about something controversial, say, "I don't know." Even if you do know, especially if you do know, feel that discomfort? That's your ego dying. Let it die. It was never your friend anyway. The moment you stop needing to be seen as smart, you can finally learn something. The moment you stop needing to be right, you can finally see clearly. The moment you stop needing approval, you can finally be yourself. But who is that? Who are you when you're not performing? Most people never find out. They die in costume, buried in a character they never chose, reading lines written by committee, directed by fear. Don't be most people. The philosopher said, what disturbs people's minds is not events, but their judgments on events. Death? Not terrifying. Your judgment about death? Terrifying. Rejection? Not painful. Your story about what rejection means? Agony. You're writing horror stories in your head and casting other people as monsters. Then you're surprised when your life feels like a nightmare. Stop writing. Stop casting. Stop directing this elaborate production. Just be in the scene. Respond to what's actually happening, not to your interpretation of what might happen if people think certain things about what's happening. That person who cut you off in traffic? They're not disrespecting you. They're late. That friend who didn't text back? They're not ignoring you. They're living their life. That boss who criticized your work? They're not attacking you, they're doing their job. But you can't see any of that because you're too busy defending against imaginary attacks, fighting ghosts, winning arguments that only exist in your head. I need people to respect me. No, you need to respect yourself. Their respect is decoration. Nice when it happens, but if you need it, you don't deserve it. Because someone who needs external respect doesn't have internal respect, and that's the only kind that counts. Here's what you're actually afraid of. You're afraid that if people see the real you, flawed, uncertain, struggling, they'll leave. So you hide behind a performance of who you think you should be. But that performance is what's keeping the real connections away. The people who would love your truth can't find you because you're buried under your lies. Epictetus understood exile, real exile, political exile. You know what he discovered? The only real exile is from yourself. You can be surrounded by people who applaud your every move and still be in exile from your own truth. You can be completely alone and completely at home in yourself. Choose home. When you stop caring what people think, you start noticing things. How much mental energy you were spending on impression management, how much creativity you were sacrificing to conformity, how much authenticity you were trading for acceptance. You get all that back, all that energy, all that creativity, all that truth. It's like inheriting a fortune you didn't know you had. But the withdrawal is real. The first time you disappoint someone on purpose by being true to yourself instead of nice to them, you'll feel like you're dying. That's not death, that's birth. The birth of who you really are beneath who you learned to be, and the people who can't handle your truth, they were never your people. They were tourists in your life, and their season just ended. Let them go find another performance to applaud. Your show is over. Your life is beginning. First, say to yourself what you would be, the teacher advised, and then do what you have to do. Not, first find out what others think you should be. Not, first get permission to be what you would be. Just decide and act. The opinions will come anyway. They always do. They just don't have to matter. Because here's the final truth, the one that changes everything. Nobody's thinking about you as much as you think they are. That constant judgment you feel, that watching, evaluating presence, that's you. You're the judge. You're the jury. You're the one who won't let yourself off the hook. Everyone else, they're too busy judging themselves to spare more than a passing thought for your choices. You're the star of your movie, but you're an extra in theirs. And that's the most liberating news you'll ever hear. So stop auditioning. Stop explaining. Stop defending. Stop caring. Not because you're above it all, but because you're finally in it. In your life, in your truth. In the freedom that comes from needing nothing from anyone. That's what Epictetus knew. That's what the Stoics taught. That's what every free human being discovers. The prison was never locked. You've been guarding yourself. The moment you stop caring what they think is the moment you walk free. And that moment, it's this one. Right now, if you choose it.